we're going to be talking about all of those projects that have been collecting dust in the corner of my stash and weird parts of my house because I thought I had everything in one place when we organized my yarn stash a couple of weeks ago, but I actually did find a couple of projects just in random corners of my apartment. These are the ones that I haven't touched in what feels like years, but one, definitely a year. Definitely a year. Anyway, we'll get to it. One that I've talked about a lot, but you haven't seen it in all its glory. It's the Castaway Sweater by Wool and the Gang. I've already talked at length about what I dislike about the New Wave yarn, which is used to make this sweater. The New Wave yarn is the yarn by Wool and the Gang that uses recycled plastic. If you look at the yarn itself, it's like a tube and then there's just cotton stuffed in it. And here you can see that there is like just cotton puffing out. And I don't know, just overall, there are like strands that get unwound and then it frays a lot at the ends. It isn't so bad when you're knitting with it, although if you unwind it, it's kind of done for, you know? So you really need to make sure that you're doing something right, which is why I was so nervous to finish this, because the Castaway Sweater, well, this is the back panel and it doesn't have anything, it's just plain. The front of the Castaway Sweater is a lot of cabling and different like type of textures and things. And with a yarn that doesn't handle being frogged very well, I was very nervous, I think, to even just get started on it. So I left it until the end. And I kind of regret that decision because the way that the instructions are written, it kind of tells you to do the front first. And I think there's a reason for that. It's just such an intricate pattern, at least for somebody who hasn't done something so intricate before. So I wanted to test it out and do everything else first. So I started with the sleeves because I hadn't done this kind of work before, like cables, and I wanted to see how it would do. So I did both of the sleeves first, and then I just couldn't work up the courage to actually get the front panel done. Because once I went from the sleeves, because I started the sleeves first thinking, okay, I'm gonna get those and then I'm gonna know exactly what it takes to make the front, and I'm gonna make the front and then the back. But instead, after that, I was like, no, I just wanna quickly get the back done. I think at the time I was also trying to rush to finish the project, and then I ended up just setting it aside because I never worked up the courage to actually start. And it's even hard for me now because, see, look at this thing. It's just unwinding here. Knowing that it's so annoying to work with the yarn, and then also, yeah, just not being very confident with cables. And then also the booklet, like where did it go? All of these factors coming together makes it very difficult for me to want to pick this back up. Although I do really love the color. I love how squishy it is too, but it's just nice. I like the squishiness. But then I'm also worried about how much it frays. So they say to like make a knot at the end, but I find even still it frays a lot. So weaving in ends and all that sort of thing, it just makes me very nervous to finish this. I think I started this one in 2019. I purchased this at the beginning of 2019 and then didn't get it started until the end of 2019. And then I just left it. So it's been hanging around for almost 2 years, maybe more than 2 years. This is the Cumulus blouse by Petite Knit, a project that has been on my needle since last summer. So I had cast this on during the summer and worked on it as a summer top. It's lightweight, very airy, you can probably tell. Where I left off is I had 2 hanks. So one hank obviously worked the body, and then I have a second hank here that I was in the process of winding into a ball, and I don't have a spinner, or like a ball winder. So I was doing that by hand, and what I'm using is Cattail Silk by Pearl Soho, and I'll be sure to link that in the description. It's a really nice fiber. It's like a raw silk, I guess, and I liked working with it a lot. The only thing that I don't like is that it tangles very easily. So when you're trying to wind the ball up, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it gets really tangled, and in general, left it. This has been hanging in my closet for about, well, since last summer. So it's been hanging there with the unfinished, unwound hank and the ball just sitting at the bottom of my closet. I think Molly has gotten into the closet as well and just like tried to play around with it because I do see some cat hair here. Yeah, I mean, I love the design. The thing is that especially at the time when I cast this on, I wasn't really comfortable, and I'm still not very comfortable doing very small knit pieces. And I think this was my first really big project with smaller needles. I probably should have done like a camisole or something. Definitely something that I want to do for summer. I want to pick this back up and knit it. I know that I really just need to finish the sleeves and then do an I-cord edging. And now I know how to do an I-cord around the neckline, so perfect. I'm really, I'm confident that I will get this done this year and I won't leave it. So the next one on the list is a tough one. So here, it's a mess. See, this is the problem also with unfinished objects, just like how do you store them and not make them such a mess? Which also lends itself to you not wanting to finish it because you just don't even want to deal with this, you know? But here, I have what once hoped to be a cardigan. And this is a design of my own. Like, I was just kind of playing around thinking of what I could do with this. And I really like it, you know, because you've seen my, my classic V-neck vest. The first iteration of this, that vest had a checkerboard pattern, and I love yarn that's like nice and soft, a little elastic. This yarn is a monster to work with. I don't know how it comes up on camera, but even when I received it in the mail, it kind of just looking at it, you look at it and you think, that doesn't look like it's gonna be fun to work with. And it's not. It gets tangled very easily, and in general, it is not soft to the touch at all. It looks like it would be soft. Do you see this even? Like, it's just the fibers are getting stuck together. And so then when you're working with it, gosh, it all sticks together. Your needle gets hooked. And then even just like the way that the fabric works up, it just doesn't look good. It's very plasticky. You can definitely tell that there's acrylic, and like in a bad way, because some yarn that has acrylic in it, you can forgive it because in general it works up really smoothly and it doesn't have like a plasticky texture, but this has such a plasticky texture that it's just, I know I won't even want to wear this. And that's the thing that's been keeping it in the closet, because you guys know I make all of my stuff. I don't sell my stuff. I've only sold maybe a couple of pieces, and I've decided to stop doing that. And I really just only want to make clothes for myself or really close friends, family. But in general, what I like to do is just make pieces that I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of. That's a huge thing for me when I want to make a project, when I want to make a design, whatever it is. I know that I'm gonna get some use out of it. Here, just working on, this is only the back panel. I was thinking, okay, I'll make one back panel and then two panels, and it'll be a cardigan, it'll be really cute. I don't even wanna finish this panel because even just halfway through, I know I'm not gonna get use out of it. And I know that it's just gonna collect dust, or even worse, just get thrown out or donated. As a finished object. Here, I'm just gonna have to throw it away, which kind of breaks my heart. Or find like some kind of fabric recycling store. Instagram and influencer culture can really just promote people to get things that they don't need. And I don't wanna contribute to that too much. Because also with all of this, I'm trying to promote people to make what they love and create things that they will get a lot of use out of. And this is just not it. So this one I will not be finishing. Okay, so for the last projects I've abandoned, it's multiple, but they're all the same, so I'm categorizing them as one. So here, when I was preparing for this video, I stumbled upon, and I was digging out the cumulus blouse and all that, I stumbled upon some socks that I knew that I had but I had no idea where they were. And they're these Wool in the Gang stuff. Yeah, I know, okay, you guys are giving me some hate for like throwing so much money to Wool in the Gang, and I know, but I really loved at the time kits to have everything that I need to make it. I don't purchase them anymore, but I still have a lot, and I've made a lot of their stuff. But yeah, I got like a 3-pack of the Kind of Magic sock kits. So I have this really cute light pinky cotton candy like one. We have this more neutral one. And then we have this purple version. I love all of them. I think they're all so great. But you know the craziest thing? This one right here is all finished. And it has a partner right here. First of all, they're 2 different sizes. But the thing that's crazy about this is that all that's left is just sewing up the end, like the Kitchener stitch at the end. That's all I have to do. And I've let this go for probably 2 years and didn't even know where the hell it was. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna finish this up. So then I can say that I already tackled one of these projects and I can feel great about myself today. Yeah, so see this right here? All that's left is doing Kitchener stitch to sew up these ends. So what the heck am I waiting for? That's the real question. I love how I put these on paper clips. So when I was working back in the office, instead of working from home, I had about like an hour commute via the train. So I used to do a lot of knitting on the train. And I think this is one of those projects that I just had in my bag. And I had these massive paper clips from work that I just took and placed my stitches on, which is kind of ingenious. And likely the reason that I left these as well is probably because I just didn't remember how to do Kitchener stitch, but I've recently finished a sock, so now I know. Now I feel confident to do it again. Yeah, I can't believe that I left these for so long. I actually am so happy that I have a new finished object and I can wear these socks now. These are definitely beginner Bethany socks. I definitely can see just some areas where, you know, my tension wasn't very good. Maybe I was rushing, or I really just wasn't as skilled, I think, in like holding tension, maintaining tension. Oh, but it feels so good to find something. Like, I was actually extremely guilty when I found these this morning. I was like, oh no. Oh, I can't believe that's so embarrassing that I would leave something for that long, you know? But it's just, yeah, it's again about enthusiasm. Do you think that you can do it? I remember loving these socks, like the pattern of the socks when they first came out, or when I first got them. I am just so excited that I have finished socks right now. That was not what I was expecting from today's video. I was so embarrassed because I had all of these socks that hadn't been finished, but I had done one of each. But then when I discovered the pair to this one, I was so excited because I was like, wow, I could just easily finish this up. And the fact that I have just left them on those, what are these called? Paper clips, just waiting to get finished off like that, that to me is crazy. I can't believe I did that. But in my defense, they had been tucked away in a shelf, on a shelf that I just didn't expect them to be. So I must have just absentmindedly just like left them there at some point. Yeah, so I actually have a finished object. When I first got the kit to make these socks, I was in love because this is actually a ball of yarn that automatically creates this pattern. So as long as you have the correct tension, the pattern should be good. And actually you can see right here, my tension is off because it's more like tiger stripes instead of leopard print. So while this one probably fits my foot better, this one looks better in terms of the pattern, the print. But yeah, these are 2 different sizes. I don't know who I was making this for. me, I thought, but yeah, look at that. Okay, I'll try them on and see if they work out, but that is a good way to end it because I was worried that I was gonna look crazy with all of these works in progress. But I don't think that I'm too different from all of you as well, because I know that every knitter out there has at least one unfinished object, abandoned project that they really need to get finished. So I would love to know, like, what project is that for you? Are you going to finish it? Do you have projects like me where you're just not even sure it's gonna get done because of reasons? Yeah, just let me know what unfinished project that you have going or that you need to get finished, because I think we should all make a priority to at least finish one of them, and I know that I already did. I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm providing, because it's so much fun to make for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.